Hi, friends. Hey, good morning. Namaste. Ah, let's just begin our time together today for our weekly meditation and healing with awareness of the breath, just being aware of inhaling and exhaling. It's just moving our attention to presence, to being our natural state, our inheritance, our birthright of being, just moving our attention. We have the ability of bringing our attention from person, from body, mind, personal self, identity, just bringing our attention as awareness to itself, to awareness, as we begin this meditation experience. Just be present, just being present in this holy instant, this now moment, practicing presence, being aware of the experience. After a while, this becomes a place of real relaxation and resting. We're not trying to do anything. We're not trying to have a state of bliss, or it's a natural effect. Actually, it's a natural effect when you bring your attention to awareness, to the awareness of love's presence, to the awareness of this experience. It's just a very natural resting place, resting in presence, resting in peace. Same thing. Being aware of your identity as spirit, as I am. Just breathing in and exhaling and being aware of the breath. If you wish to close your eyes, you can. Just brings it closer. This is what is meant by going within, just being aware of experience, being aware of breathing, right? You can notice the chest. When the breath goes in, there's a noticing of the chest. You are the awareness of the noticing. So bring your attention to awareness. Your name isn't awareness, but this awareness is you. This is spirit. This is I am consciousness. And this is your eternal self, your being. And how do we verify this? How do we verify that this isn't just a mental construct, a mental naming, another doing? Well, resting as awareness, just being aware of this experience, is without a doing, it's a being. And this beingness that you are, it simply just is. It can't be objectified. You can't see it as an object. You can only be this awareness. And you can check in and verify that this is true and that these ideas are verifiable. What is it that is aware of this experience? What is it? Is it your name? Is it your personal self? Or are you aware of the activities of the personal self? If you're aware of the breathing, you're not the breath. If you're aware of sensations that come and go, they come and go, and you're still you remain as this awareness. And when you bring attention to sensations in the body mind, in the personal self, the body suit experience, if you have sensations in the feet, there's the awareness. You can wiggle the toes. There's awareness of the toes wiggling or the feet moving, or maybe there's an awareness of the bottom of your feet touching the floor. All of these things, their appearances in awareness, they are noticed. The sensation is noticed, and you are always just aware, simply being what you are, being aware of the sensations in the feet and the toes. Those sensations, they come and they go, and you remain. You're always this experience of awareness, as awareness, as your natural state. And if you follow this idea of being aware of sensations, you can be aware of the heel of your foot. You can be aware of your calves. There's awareness of your ankles. You can sort of take inventory of things all up what you imagine, the image of the bodysuit, because you've seen it in the mirror. You've been living in it for all this time. You thought you were this bodysuit. You thought you were this personal self identity, and you can be aware of the sensations. You can track your physical structure going up the legs to the knees. You can be aware of that. And as you're aware of these body parts, just also be aware that you're bringing them, you're embodying them with the understanding that they are in you. You're not in them. These images, these body parts that we put names on, of course, you are prior to name. You don't have a name, except we can call you spirit. We can call you presence, being. There are many names that could be called you, and yet you're nameless. You're prior to, during, and after a name. And as we continue to give awareness, give our attention to the bodysuit experience, there's awareness in the legs, in the hips, in the bum. There's awareness of the physical structure in the genitals, in the solar plexus, the belly. There's awareness of all of these things. And you are the awareness. You are the awareness of these different organs. You're aware of them. They're functioning, thankfully. And we continue to come up in the body to the maybe the stomach, maybe the ribs, where there's awareness of the ribs. And we're also still aware of breathing, right? There's awareness of the chest. There's awareness of the breath. There's awareness of the shoulders, awareness of the arms, the elbows, the forearms, the wrists, the hands. All of these body parts are in you and not separate from you, and yet they come and go, and you remain. Why? Because you are eternal. You are formless. You are the illumination of this bodysuit that has your name. As we continue to be aware of the body, we're aware of the shoulders and the neck area, the chin, the face, the ears, the top of the head, maybe the forehead, maybe the back of the head, maybe the throat, all of these things. You're aware of all of these. And as we're taking inventory of the body, not like a doctor, but just a general inventory, just be aware of the entire structure now, the whole thing that you imagine, that you remember from looking in a mirror, seeing your image. You are the awareness of this body mind. And if I excuse me, if I ask you, does this awareness have a gender? Well, you just did a imaginary scan of the body mind, and the Gentiles might have a gender, but you do you have a gender? You that is aware of the experience, do you have a gender? If I ask you, does this awareness have an age? Does this awareness have an age or a gender? And you can't really find, you can be aware of a gender, but you are not the gender. You can be aware of the bodysuit, the personal self-identity, and yet you are before, during, and after this bodysuit experience. You are timeless, eternal presence, pure being. This is your true self. This is your eternal nature. And you could call it the spirit. You are the awareness of love's presence. You're aware of your thoughts. You're not your thoughts, right? You're prior to your thoughts. You're prior to emotions, during emotions, and after emotions have left. You're still exactly the changeless presence that you are. can rest in this. We rest in presence, rest in awareness, rest in our being. A Course in Miracles says that I am not a body. I am free. I am still as God created me. And actually, beloved, you are even prior to being created, because you are infinite presence. You are God before it created the time and space continuum. You are God before it came into form. You are the formless stillness. Before mind are you. You are living presence, and you bring life to this bodysuit. This bodysuit is in you. You're not in it. This bodysuit is in you. So just breathe that in. That's just a practice of being aware of the body mind, the bodysuit, what you're not, but yet you're active in. You bring activation to this bodysuit. You were before the conception of this bodysuit. You are during this bodysuit experience, and you are still you after this bodysuit. And in fact, you are the you that all body minds are active in. You bring the light of pure being to the world, to all things. You don't have a name. We give a label of spirit, of presence, of God's infinite being, and yet it has no name. And this is you, the formless presence. You can quietly rest here in quiet. We receive the vibrational frequency, the vibrational connection with what God is. I will be still in the stillness of this moment. There is peace. There is presence. There is you resting in God, resting in being. This is our sahaja, our natural state. And it's good to visit this space on a regular basis. When you wake up in the morning, before you get out of bed, if you want, you can just sort of bring the attention to awareness and watch the different bodysuit, body mind parts, the identity that you've been accustomed to, watching it come online with sensations, in different parts of its structure. And you are quietly still just aware, just bringing the attention of awareness to the bodysuit that's coming online as it's beginning to wake up after a night's sleep, being aware of maybe sensations, or maybe now you might label something, oh, pain. And yet if you just relax from that label and allow it to just be the the symbol, or the signal that you are awareness that's aware of the experience that comes and goes. It'll come, you'll have a little sensation. Maybe it's a what you would call a sharp little, what was that? Something that was just waking up, and it comes and it goes, and you remain aware, just the witness of the experience. And then when you get out of bed and you begin walking, maybe there's sensations in the feet or the knees or the ankles, or the body suit experience, maybe the head. You begin seeing as the witness the body suit coming online, being cognizant of itself. And you are the awareness that is bringing attention to each of these experiences. And in the mind that thought it was a body gives a label to it and begins its day. And you are always quietly you in the background. If you had your eyes closed and you open your eyes, you can open your eyes and look around you, and you are aware of the objects that are in the room. Maybe there's a computer screen, maybe there's walls or pictures or windows or furniture. There's an awareness of those objects. And just like the sensations in the bodysuit, and waking up in the morning, these images that the body's eyes sees, they come and they go, and you are the space that they come and go in. You're not even the bodysuit, even though the body's eyes is seeing these physical objects. These physical objects are within the space that is you. You are the space that this bodysuit with your name is traveling in, seemingly in time and space, and yet you are prior to time and space. When this bodysuit is finished with time and space, you will still be you. And there's not the mind wants to know, how do I know that? How can I know? How can I prove? Well, that's something that the mind will never know. And yet, when we verify that this awareness doesn't have an age, and it doesn't have a gender, we have verified that this awareness that you are, it's timeless. It's before time, during time, and after time. It's presence. It's now. And if that resonates with you, that's your verification. There's a resonant yes. I can verify that I wasn't born I don't have an age. I don't have a gender. We have just identified and verified that that I am, this experience of awareness is timeless and formless, and it is aware of all experience. And this is you. And this awareness is the same awareness that all creation lives within. This is the same awareness that your animals have. It's the same awareness that plants have, that everything is in the universe and the cosmos. And this is you. You are this isness. You are this timeless presence. And the bodysuit is just the play of you. This personal self-identity is just the play of you in this cosmological, in this cosmos, in this formless presence. This is just the play of you. And if you have another image, a brother, a sister, a mother, a father, an animal, these are all objects of experience that are living in this thing called Earth, living on this planet called Earth, or other planets probably. Aliens, they are also in you. All things are in you because you are what God is. You are the eternal presence, and we're just in the play of humanity having this human experience. And yet, when this bodysuit is finished, you're still you. You're still where you've always been. You are the changeless presence that we call in the body mind experience. We can actually experience our I am presence by giving attention to it. As we just went through this experience of investigating the bodysuit experience, we can bring the bodysuit experience into the awareness of love's presence. So if there's someone that you want to make contact, we also have remote abilities where we can remotely connect with friends and family and people that we know around the world, just by bringing attention to that individual, to that situation. You can have attention on pure presence, on your natural state, and you can bring those experiences into this loving presence, envelop it with your being, right? Just bring attention to this experience. If you have a loved one that's passed, a mother, father, brother, sister, animal, bring that memory of love into this space and just connect with them. You are the timeless present. And there's time and space has no limits on you. You can bring those ones here into this experience and just exchange the love connection that you have. This love is timeless as you are. Bring them in. As I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking about my mother and father who passed a long time ago, bringing them in. Hey, I love you, Mom. Love you, Dad. My oldest brother just passed not long ago. Love you, Mike. You're awesome, man. So if there's anything, or animals, anyone, anything that you bring into this space, you're able to connect with pure love, pure presence, the thing that drew you together was your sameness. Your beingness is their beingness, and you connected in time and space. Isn't that awesome? Well, that about ends our time together for this meditation. Thank you for joining with me. And I'll see you next Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern. I missed recording yesterday at 9 a.m. Eastern, so I brought this recording on Thursday instead of Wednesday because I did have a meditation yesterday, but I forgot to press the record button and put it on YouTube. So good to see you, friends, and I'll see you next Wednesday if you're here.